What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Osiris. My name is Splattercat, and I spent some time farming in between here and the last episode, so hopefully that'll help out a tad. What is going on right now? There we go. The box didn't want to open for me. Story of my life. I spent some time farming out materials. I think some of it might be... No, never mind. There it is. I feel like maybe a little bit of it might be missing, but I've mostly got the map memorized at this point, and I know where stuff is at, and so we should be able to do some concrete moving forward from here on out. I know the last couple episodes were me kind of dicking around with the systems the first hour or so that I played the game, but I figured stuff out now, and I think we should have a lot more things to do from here on in. I'm going to have him follow me from now on, because he's kind of useful to have around. And then what I really wanted to do today is I wanted to do gas collection. I've never done gas collection before, and so I wanted to get on that. Now, if you're a little bit concerned about the lack of weaponry, it's because I died while I was running around farming stuff, and then my body fell through the earth. Yay, early access, but yeah, my body fell through the earth. I went back to the exact point. I know that I found the spot where I died because my robot was still there when I was running around. I went back and I found my spot, but my body had fallen through the planet or something, and unfortunately, once that's gone down, you can't really do much. And so for right now, we got to do a little bit of crafting. I need aluminum, magnesium, and steel or iron. And then we need glass, titanium, plutonium. So essentially, I need, like, everything. Let's go step into our crate. You're in the way. Robot, move yourself. Move yourself, robot. You are here to assist humanity. He's like, humanity's nuts. Got him. Oh, I need a snarky robot friend. Everybody needs a snarky robot friend. That makes everybody's life more fruitful and fun. Had a pretty good weekend. Back now after doing a whole bunch of random stuff. I did farm out a bunch of glass, I believe, too. Let me have a look here. Yeah, we got some glass right there, so that should be good enough. I got a little bit of excess steel left over. It might be enough to do some of the projects we're trying to do, but I don't know. We've got 13 to... Oh, I needed plutonium and titanium. Yeah. About that. Plutonium weighs like a metric ton in this game. I don't know if the specific gravities or the weights of the objects are like tailor-made, but I think, I don't know if they're accurate according to a periodic table, but either way, plutonium weighs a ton, whereas other things don't seem to weigh quite so much. I didn't make myself a new pistol because I lost my old one. The assault rifle will have to come with time. Stores gas so that it can be used to craft more intricate items. Okay, we also need to figure out what object allows me to siphon off gas. That's the second part that I'm not too sure about. It's not a thing that I've got a lot of information on, and unfortunately, sometimes it's hard to figure stuff out in this game. Water reclaimers, showers, crates, couch. No, none of that's going to be helpful. I did decide we're going to continue playing single player. I played multiplayer for a couple of hours last night, and it was actually pretty barren. There weren't, like, a lot of people playing. Like, there were some people playing, but it seemed like everybody was, like, on their corner of the planet. Nobody was messing with each other, and so I didn't really see, like, a huge potential for drama there. We've already got stuff set up here, and it's like, well, you know. The server allocations are actually pretty small, too. I think there's only, like, 8 people per server or something like that. It's like 8 to 12 people per server is what I saw. And frankly, that's not like... I like H1Z1 level amounts of people where there's just huge quantities of people on every single map, every single server, DayZ type stuff. And so anyways, wasn't that worried about it. We are overweight as hell right now. I am going to drop this back off where it lies. There we go. Aluminum. Magnesium. There it is. Perfect. You don't know how bad life can be until you have a magnesium deficiency. I promise you, Nerd Castle. I promise you. Magnesium is like a thing that you need in your bloodstream, and if you don't have it, it's unpleasant for you. Things start going wrong. Believe you me, we'll put the patch tape out, and instead we'll have the pistol. Now, one of the things that I've learned in between episodes is that upon pressing the E button, you can actually close up your inventory so you have nothing in your hand, and that allows you to jet very, very quickly in between locations like so. It allows you to actually pick up a pretty decent amount of speed, and it keeps you from having to utilize your sprint quite so often as I was doing previously. Now, I kind of wonder if I need to make the barrels in order to harvest the gas. If I need barrels in order to harvest the gas, then I need to go to the forge, and we need to take a look at that first. So a barrel's going to take me steel, and it's going to take me copper. Let's bang this stuff out very fast. So we've got magnesium, we've got iron, we've got copper, we've got aluminum. There we go. That stuff is all in its proper place. And I have no idea who that is. My Windows sometimes gives me these updates about people who have been, like, they've been in my email for, like, 25 years. Like, I don't remember them at all. I'm just going to make a bunch of steel right now because it seems like a waste to me to not do that. And then now that we have that, we'll make a couple of barrels. I don't know. Looks alright to me. Stores gas. Yeah, it's got the little emblem on it, so I assume we can take this and store a bunch of gas inside of it to make our lives a little easier, although they are quite weighty. These crates they require a mighty, mighty man, and I'm not that guy. You know, the rippling biceps thing, the I don't know, the trapezius muscles and general swollenness. It's just not my scene. It's not the thing that I have done with my life. Like, I do like little calisthenic works out and like little prison workouts, like push-ups, stuff like that. Push-ups, pull-ups, water bags, you know, whatever you gotta do. But it's just not my thing. Like, it's a lot of time to spend every single day just doing something that isn't entirely productive for anything other than my health. And I'm willing to sacrifice my health in favor of other pursuits. Oh, good. I've got a gun again. Another fun fact is they patched the game, and now when you kill an alien, they all explode into giblets. So that's kind of interesting. Not really something that I expected. You see the difference? Oh, no. There's a suit breach. Why do I have a suit breach? Apparently, duct tape allows me to fix my suit breach. Oh, the suit breach is from those little prickly things on the ground. Oh, that was my bad. I didn't even realize that would do that. I learned a new thing today. Every day is a good day when you learn a new thing, I guess, unless you really, really find yourself to be adverse to learning. If you don't like learning, then I guess every day is not a wonderful day when it comes to learning. There was some gases out this way, and that is to say that we should be able to lock down some gases to the north. When I was dicking around yesterday and running around, I did see gas veins, so I know what they look like now. But they tend to be pretty far detached from the area where you start off. Where did my robot go? He gets stuck on stuff. Now, the reason you want the robot is because he acts as, like, a personal assistant. That's exactly, he's called a personal assistant. He carries stuff for you. He shoots laser guns at things. He's actually pretty useful to have around here. And I zapped the hell out of that thing. I shot him so hard that he flew over the hill. The downside is that your robot seems to have some level of trouble keeping up with you when you're, like, jet-setting around and just kind of being really fast and speedy and moving in between locations. Now, this area, what I have found also is that sandworms. Let's talk about sandworms. Sandworms seem to show up whenever you're in a crater. Anytime I'm in a location, it goes badoom, and it's like, you're inside the erudite crater or whatever. That's when you know for a fact that the sandworm is going to try and get you in like 4 seconds. And so you got to be on the lookout. You got to be loosey-goosey. You got to be dancing back and forth, keeping those feet moving right there, doing the football workout. I don't even know what those are called, but the thing where you like jog in place by, you just like got your feet side by side and they're like, you know, going back and forth like hella fast. Dude, that's the most tiring, like up downs and shit. Oh my God. Hated that. Hated up downs so much. If you've never done up downs, this is where you run in place basically like really, really fast with your hands out forward, and then you got to drop to the ground and get back up, but you usually have like a weight belt or something on. Oh my God. It's brutal. It's like doing burpees, I guess. It's the same reason I dislike doing burpees, is that as an exercise, it's just too effective. Like, it burns you out too quickly and it's too tiring. Like, I like slow burn exercises where you can do it for a couple hours straight, you know what I mean? Those exercises that make your entire body ache within like 30 minutes of starting them, those are the ones that are efficient. Those are the ones that get the job done, but at the same time, they're the ones that also make me hate my life. I think there was some gas over in this direction. We'll probably want to start watching out for sandworms. They have this weird tendency to show up every single time that I zone out, and I'm just kind of... I get killed by sandworms so much because they don't make a noise and like nothing happens when they attack you. Like there's no rumble, there's no screech, there's no anything like that. And so they just tend to get me. I'll be sitting there mining something, I'll turn around, they'll be like, give me your body! And then they jerk me to the other side of the Rainbow Road, I guess. Is that what happens when you die here? I don't know. I probably shouldn't have brought the robot with me. I'm going to have to wait around for him a lot because he's pudgy and he walks slowly. Oh, he hovers slowly. We should have built a more aerodynamic robot. We built a robot with the aesthetic appeal of a bowling ball with a jetpack. Instead of, I don't know, make him like a walker, you know? Make him like a catapult from MechWarrior, like a Timberwolf or something. That's my jam right there. I'm pretty sure he'll get stuck on collision too, so every now and again... Oh, we got gas over there. There we go, that's what I was looking for. So like this mountain right here, as a player, I would just go up and over the top of it. But if you watch, he'll probably get stuck on this. He's got little hands, though. I like how he's got, you see, he's got little gripper hands right there. He's like, I've got little tiny hands. He's invoking the Trump. His little cretin-like hands. Cretin? I don't know. Cretinous? Either way. We've got gas over here. And so that makes me think, oh, we've also got some carbon. I will probably take this with me because I haven't found a lot of carbon while playing the game. Like, my carbon supplies are actually kind of tiny. So I think if we can get like 50 or 60 of that sitting around, here comes my robot, we can use his inventory to store it. We've got ourselves a smoke screen right now, which is a little bit problematic. So for the barrels, does that increase in weight once I fill it? No, actually, it doesn't weigh that much more than it did previously. Now there's a lot of hydrogen over here. I don't know how much hydrogen we want to bring back with us. But I figure, given this thing's close proximity to our base, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Now, inside his inventory, you do want to be careful. Anything inside your robot's inventory when he dies is lost. It's just done. You don't have it anymore. And oh my god, it is kind of dark right now. I'm going to try and find myself some further carbon up in here. If I can just get like a hundo stack of carbon, that'd be great. Yep, that's the EVE Online name right there, Hundo Stack. But you do it like H-U-N-D-O and then S-T-A-K-K. Hundo Stack. I used to play, and I had a friend whose name was Mo Guns. He was a big Boondocks fan. Mo Guns was his favorite episode. If you've never seen it, there's an episode where Granddad was a fighter pilot in World War II. And his wingman and best friend's name was Mo Guns. And they rode through Germany, blapping fools. And it leads to hilarity. The two of their interactions are... I'm a big Boondocks fan, too. In fact, a little bit disappointed that Magruder gave up the show. Like, it was just starting to get so good. I don't know. It just seems like 3 seasons was not enough, you know. And at the 4th season, that's when it started to fall apart because Magruder was no longer writing for it. And that's what happens is, like, you lose control of the IP or you decide you don't want to work on it anymore. And the people who are underneath you, they either have a solid idea. Like, I feel like the writing staff of South Park might be okay. Because it seems like every now and again, Matt Stone and Trey Parker kind of like take a little bit of time off, and the writers seem to do okay. Like, they have on seasons and off seasons. But at the same time, the show still maintains like a certain level. Come on, robot. I need you to get out of this pit. He fell into the pit. Come on. Come on, robot. I believe in you. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Do not get stuck up in this big pothole. Come on. Come on, my little tri-eyed guy. Yeah, he made it. You can turn your flashlight on and on with the L on and off. With I said on and on. On and on and on. With my light goes on. I mentioned that I'm a Catch-22 fan. Man, I love Catch-22. Streetlight Manifesto is cool, but they'll never be as awesome as they were back in the Catch-22 days. It's just, there's like a difference now. Like, their production values are much, much higher now that there's Streetlight Manifesto. Oh, that's right. You got critical hit on. Critical hit on. Oh, I one-shotted him. Well, after like 7 preliminary shots. So he's now down. Let's keep an eye out for more gas. I know that there's got to be more around here. We got 2 things of hydrogen. Now we're looking for nitrogen. We're looking for oxygen. We're looking for anything else we can get our hands on. I don't see anything over here. And actually, the nice thing about gas is the little plumes stick up. And so you can get a pretty good view of the topography. Well, if you can get a good view of the topography, you can tell if there's gas there almost immediately. And on this side, I'm going to be inclined to say no unless that gas is all the way on the other side of the ridge. And we'd be able to tell that very, very easy peasy by walking over here and just having a little look at it. Trying to protect my robot. I would prefer that he not take damage. I've lost robots before with like hundreds of materials on them, and it's super upsetting. The robot is actually not that good at throwing dukes. Like, you'd think he'd be better at his job, but he's not a great combat module, but he's great for carrying heavy stuff. That right there is where you want to go to get magnesium. Magnesium shows up in craters. Basically anywhere where you're at constant risk of being murdered by a large worm-like dookie creature. that's where you get magnesium from. That's it right there. You can tell because it has a slight bluish tinge from the distance. But for right now, yeah, I see further gas over there. My hope, there's plutonium over there. There's gas on that side. There's magnesium on the other side. My hope is that this is something distinct from hydrogen. I'd like to go back with a fistful of just like random gaseous elements that we can combine and make them into more useful stuff. It looks like it might be bluish green. It might be something different. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely something different. I think the last one that we saw was a greenish color. That one's got more of like a blue tinge to it. So we found something different. I had pizza for breakfast this morning. It was cold pizza, but it was good pizza. I didn't have any cereal left. Normally, I'm a creature of habit. I eat the same thing every morning. I do my same activities in the same order every morning. I have nervous breakdowns if like things are slightly out of order. I just don't like it. It's probably a personality flaw. At this point, it's probably full. Like, if we were creating me during character generation, you would probably get bonus points for taking this. I don't know. I'm a creature of habit. I like it when I do the same thing, like, every day, and the order is always the same. It lends me a feeling of control that I feel like I lack in a lot of my online activities and things of that nature. Man, I'm kind of bummed out that we don't have an assault cannon anymore, or an assault rifle. Oh, and now you're giblets. Sucks to be you. You look like a package of stuff wrapped in cellophane. Alright, robot, you make it over here. Good, robot. Robot friend. Robot strong. I don't know if we can wander out there. Like, we can try. I don't see any reason why that would not work out. So we've got gas vents over here. There's a little bit of copper. I don't really care about that, because I can get copper from, like, right next to my house. Who cares? I wonder how many barrels I have to carry around of this gas. Oh, it's oxygen. Okay. Well, we've got hydrogen and oxygen, so I assume that that means at some point we'll be able to create water fairly easily. I wonder if you can deplete these. Probably can. Cool. We got ourselves some oxygen now. I'm going to save the last barrel. It's like saving the last dance. But I'm going to save the last barrel for whatever else we could find around. We've got 100 of each material. I don't know if we have to condense that or make it into some kind of like... I wonder where the edge of the map is. Like, where are you allowed to go to legally inside the bounds of the game? I hope there's not any spots where it just auto-kills you, because that would be really, really, really disappointing, and I would hate it. This out here, though, does not appear to be a location where you're supposed to be. Maybe we'll cut this way for a little bit and just see what we can find around. Yeah, I think I have no problem with that. I mean, if we can find any other gases, that would be optimal. That was the goal for today, is like, how much gas can I find? And how many aliens can I unleash Brecca on? Sometimes these creatures just fall over dead, and I'm not really sure why. See, like that right there. It didn't feel like I was doing that much damage to him until I was, and then he just, like, exploded into a screeching husk of death. I was like, well, shit. I was hoping you would laugh. Yeah, Ezekiel Crater, exactly. This is the type of location where a sandworm tries to get you every single time. Ezekiel Crater. But I think he only triggers if you go down there. I don't know. Either way, keep your weapons put away, because trying to outrun the sandworm with, like, weapons and hammers and shit out does not work out so great. Sorry, I enter an intense state of paranoia whenever I know there are large creatures around that could just, like, one-shot me. Anything that big that can get that airborne is unnatural. It's a sin against God, and I don't want to be around it. I don't see anything down in that crater over there, so I'm going to leave it alone. Kind of wish you were faster, robot. Like, if you could just maybe flank, well, flank right. What does that do? Well, it doesn't make him match my speed. I was hoping maybe one of them would be bugged and it would make him faster. I'm thinking we probably should have left the robot behind because this is taking too much time to get around. And at a certain point, he stops following. So if you get... Oh, shit. Exactly. That is precisely what concerns me right there. Don't play that game. I don't play that game at all. That creature is far too large for me to ever pay it any mind. It's an instant death trap, and I don't like instant death traps. I love roguelikes, don't get me wrong. I love roguelikes, but I ain't that into roguelikes. I ain't trying to make this into a roguelike situation. Plus, the last time I got killed by a sandworm, my body fell through the earth and I couldn't get my loot back, and it was really, really, really upsetting. Because I had like 700 magnesium on me. I had like a lot. And all my guns. When you're on a hostile death world, it seems wise to me to have lots and lots of... Hey, where'd you go? I feel like I'm playing Ark again, like I'm losing my raptors in the jungle. I just can't find them, they're just gone. That was a pretty rough day for me, the day when I lost my raptor inside the jungle. I looked around for hours for that raptor. I cut through the jungle to get to a beach really fast because I was trying to tame a megalodon real quick. And seriously, I lost my raptor, and I was just like, I can't find him. He's a really high level raptor too. So it was like a giant waste. It was something that really could not be justified. And I knew people were going to ask about it in future videos and be like, hey, what happened to your raptor? And I'd be like, well, I have like 6 of them, but thank you for noticing the one that I lost, astute viewer. Oh, I can return droids. I was going to say, I don't know what that button does. It said return flank droids. I didn't know if maybe it like teleported them back to me. I do think the game needs more scenery from what I've seen so far. I would like it if the game had more things to explore and more things, basically like loot nodes and stuff like that you could go look around at. And there were things you could not craft. You could only get them via running around and grabbing things from various locations. I think for multiplayer it would work out as well because it would give you kind of an airbase situation like you had in DayZ, where you have to go to military bases to get all the good stuff. And so basically it forces PvP a little bit. Like, you can get okay stuff without going to the military base, but if you want to get top tier stuff, you got to go out there. You ain't really got much of a choice. A lot more of the same out here, actually. Damn robot. I think I'll just skim the edges here. We're in a lucky situation, whereas I logged out last night right next to my base. So I've always got like the spawn location thing telling me where I need to go to get home. I have no clue what that was. Probably a sandworm about to pull some shit. Oh no, what is that thing? A little bubble butt tick looking monster. I've never seen one of those before. What is it? Shine a flashlight it. Flashlight of friendship. The flashlight of friendship does not extend that far, unfortunately. The flashlight of friendship's photons can only extend so far before they say it's too much effort and they just go back home. Because that's what friends are for. Saying it's too much effort and then going back home. Thank you for stopping on in. This is Osiris. I hope you've been enjoying the game so far. In the next episode, we will continue our gas hunt. We will look around and see if there's anything cool we can find around. We found oxygen. We found hydrogen. If we could find nitrogen and a few other little gases, I think we'd be in pretty miraculous shape. If you wanted to get the game for yourself, it's very popular on Steam right now. Lots of people playing the game. Just be aware they're slowly tapering up kind of the size of the servers. At the moment, you're not going to get mass PvP or anything in this game. The server sizes are like 12 guys. And that's actually, you're going to see people a lot, and so cooperation may be kind of necessary. They're talking about putting in PvE servers pretty soon, too, for people that just want to cooperate. Different strokes for different folks and all that. No matter the case, no matter what type of game you want to play, by all means. I set up a Patreon this week. Oh my god, I set up a Patreon. So if you go to patreon.com/splattercat, you can check that out. I got different tiers. You get like bonus VODs and stuff like that where, you know, I hang out with the Patreon supporters. There's going to be a Discord where we can all sit around and basically aim all day. You guys remember AOL Instant Messenger. Don't pretend like you weren't there, folks. I know you were there. I was there. I couldn't wait to get home from high school and get on AIM. It was the only way to hang out with your friends when you were at home with your lame-ass family. It is what it is. Your family is just super lame when you're that age. It's not their fault. They're just lame. They can't help it. And so you just want to be around your friends all the time. But yeah, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/splattercat. People have expressed a concern that I don't plug it enough. Like, people didn't even know that it existed, and so I've been going out of my way to kind of make people aware that that's a thing and you can support the channel that way. And also it gives me a chance to pay you back by giving you cool content and stuff like that on the side. So anyways, see y'all later. How you do, everybody? This is Osiris.